Welcome. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to tell you about this Student Success course in which you can learn how to master all your college courses. Between classes and homework, a full-time student spends over 1,600 hours each year in college. That's the same as a full-time job. If you take fewer classes because you are working, you are even busier. In this course, you'll learn the skills for that job so you can get great grades more easily and enjoy yourself in the process. Let's start by looking at how people learn. Here's a question for you. Suppose that it takes you some amount of time and practice to learn to add, as shown in this graph. Now the question is this: once you know how to add, will it take you more or less time to learn to subtract, assuming that subtraction involves about the same amount of learning as addition? What do you think? More time, less time, or about the same? The answer is less time. The more you know about a subject, the more quickly and easily you can learn the next topic in that subject. So the curve bends up as you progress in the subject. This is how learning can go. Now suppose you are progressing through a course like this. Then one day, for some reason, you don't master the next lesson, so you fall a little behind. Now to catch up is going to take you extra time. Maybe a lot more time. In fact, you are likely to fall even farther behind. Your learning curve slows down and you may even begin to forget or be confused about things you already knew. If that happens, you may know less at the end of the course than you did earlier. If you have ever fallen behind on a subject, you know it feels terrible, and it quickly becomes impossible for you to keep up or catch up. You begin to dislike the subject and the teacher. You may also begin believing that you just aren't good at this subject and should avoid it if you can. The next thing to know is that everyone has a different learning curve. In fact, your learning curve might be different in math from what it is in music or history. The most important thing is that success in school is not about your IQ. Actually, over 90% of students are smart enough to get A's. The key is that we all learn by doing, by practicing to mastery. It might take someone else more time than you, or the other way around, but both of you can ace your school subjects if you put in the time to master each lesson along the way. Now the good news is this: however much time it takes you to master today's lesson, the next lesson goes faster. So even if you were slow at the start, you can soon move up your own learning curve. You start to learn faster and remember better. So school gets easier. You'll seem to be a natural talent, but of course the secret is really a matter of doing the right practice in the right way. Now here's the thing about motivation. Everyone is motivated to go after goals so long as they know how to succeed and that the result is worth the effort. Mediocre results kill motivation. If you have had problems with motivation or procrastination in the past, there's nothing wrong with you. With the skills you learned in this course, you'll become more successful and efficient. As you do, your self-confidence and motivation will improve. Now take a moment to think about what you would like to get from this course. Some of the things available are listed here. Hopefully they are the things you'd like to learn. If you'd like to learn something not listed, mention this to your instructor. As you practice new skills in this class, you can ask for individual help from your instructor or a classmate. There are no lectures other than this one, and no homework. You will work through a series of assignments. When you finish an assignment, check with your instructor. He or she will guide you in deciding whether you have mastered the lesson. When you both agree that you have, you'll go on to the next one. In other words, you proceed at your own pace, mastering each step along the way. It is possible that you didn't volunteer to take this course. If so, your instructor understands. Still, here you are, and I've got a request to make. Regardless of how you wound up in this class, I suggest that you decide for yourself to go all out and get the most you can from it. If you do, you will be more successful and have a better time in all your other courses each year from now until you finish school. Thanks for listening. I hope you found this information useful and that you are ready to start learning how to be a power learner.